Okay, welcome back to another daily video update. So now we're looking at the monthly. So we're in that monthly wick, which is right here. Expect sellers to be in this zone. Now, if you're a seller, your shorts should be scheduled with the stop loss being just above that wick. And you can target all the way here down to this wick for the month, but I highly suggest taking a lot of your profit at the first TP and then the break of structure TP. Because when we started this month, we came down, we got into this zone. Now the market pushed, took previous month liquidity, came into this wick zone, which we were speaking about for a while now. So I am expecting the sellers to come in here pretty strong. Now looking at the way the daily closed, we can see that the sellers are stepping in, so it's bringing it back down. This is still a strong day. I look at this as a strong day, so I am going to be adding more sells right here. That's where I'll be adding sells. And if we take a look of a break or structure trade, because we look at the daily, here's that break of structure that happened. Let's mark that out. That's your break. And there's your first TP for these break of structure traders, just a bit lower. So expect the market to pull up into at least this 75 zone. Once it gets to that 75 zone, I believe there will be more sellers because these guys are going to be taking their profits. The market's going to need some liquidity. So it's going to start coming down. Now, where it's going to come down is just we're just going to have to monitor each day. But off of this daily, you can play along off of this day. I don't like playing longs in this wick, but this is a strong monthly wick. It might pull this back down and then come back for this zone later on in time. I just don't want to be a part of it. If we take a look at that monthly again, so if we look at this monthly, there is a trend that is there as well. So you've got your trend here. So that's the trend. Just because it is currently above there does not mean that it's going to stay there, because it can still turn into a wick, come back down, close down here. Just monitor it, look at each day. We did take a loss on that yesterday's trade. Like I said, that was a gamble trade. It was a 50-50 because the candle was a 50-50 chance of either breaking the high or the low. That was your high, that was your low. The buyer stepped in and took out that high. No worries. Now looking at today, this is a stronger bullish candle, suggesting that a new high is likely. So the likelihood of it making a new high is greater than it going down. So even when you mark out this break of structure trade here, there's your break. It literally comes in that same spot, which is the 75. So I am expecting today to be a bullish day. How you want to trade this, you got to take a look. So maybe look at the 4 hour. What is the 4 hour candle telling me? Well, here's the 4 hour. Sorry, let's go back to the daily. That's your high. That's your low. And that's your wick. That's the zones that I look at. Now you could also do your 50%. So where's the 50%? 50% is just there. Buyers are likely to step in off that trade just for the daily. So let's look at that 4 hour. What does the 4 hour tell us? So there's your 50% zone here, which is right below this. So on a buyer's look, if you are looking to buy, I would look for that stop loss at the day low and your target at least that zone. So that's your 1-to-1. Now you've got zones that if you want to add ins, so if you want to do a scale in, you can scale in here and scale in here, and then take out that previous day. that's how I will schedule my longs for today. You can do it up to that zone, but look, I'd rather take the safe options, the ones that I know are going to be 100%. You can take 80% of your profit here and let a 20% runner. But that's what I'm looking at. I am looking short on the higher time frame. I'm looking at possibly this week, because we went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was pretty bullish. Usually when the week starts off, it goes pretty high and then it starts to retrace back. So I'm looking at today or tomorrow to get a nice retracement, just to target some of these zones down here. So you got your first zone if you want to target on a short. Now, if you are looking for shorts, I would schedule the short. Let me just clear this chart up a bit. I will schedule the short like this, right there. Stop loss here. This is just if you want to target this retracement zone. That is your first TP. That's your second TP, and that's your third. But like I said, 80% profit here, 70 to 80% profit here. Let a runner go down and just monitor how it closes, how each day closes. How each candle closes. See this? You take a look at this. So I was selling. I ended up closing some of the sell positions because of this 1 hour candle. Now this 1 hour candle is telling me that we are likely to keep going short because that's a week-long candle. For scalps, I would be shorting anywhere in this zone. Stop loss there, TP down here. But you've got TPs on scalps. There's your scalp TPs. I don't know how else. I definitely look at the candles. I like to see how the candles close. Generally, once a candle closes strong, it generally takes it out. So that's a bearish candle. See, this one didn't get closed out. So the market will want to drag down to this zone at a point. And that's where buyers would step in. So buyers would be here on these strong candles. Apart from that, not much else to say. Happy trading.